Hi. So yeah, you found yourself in this video if you wanted a bit of help just making sense of the Your Day tab. So, in as simple terms as possible, this page has taken a nice, simple, effective way of planning out your day and evaluating its success. Obviously, the task blocks, and each of which you rank your success at between 0 and 1. And sandwich that between some really powerful context to kick off and set your day in motion, and a couple of nice questions that can help review both the peaks and perhaps troughs of your day and just help you process them mentally. So we'll walk through these things one at a time just so you can be aware of it and have some inspiration as to what feels like a good thing to put in there. Obviously take your own leads as well, because as I've said before, the most honest answers or your most genuine, authentic answers are going to have this be the most powerful and pertinent to you. So in the top left, it says today is the day. So today is the 6th of the 9th, 2020 of mine. Day 10/4/8 in my continuation. So this continuation day is the number of days, obviously consecutively, that you've been alive. I found this a really valuable and empowering thing to be aware of every day, because it's so easy for another day just to descend into another Monday, or another Thursday, or another January or June, or whatever it is, when actually each individual moment and each obviously day itself is its own unbelievable, unique opportunity. So having each day kicked off as such, or referred to as such, with its own unique label, I find is a really good starter for 10 of a day. So then following on from that, we've got 3 sets of questions. So it's the first of which is, today I would like to say thank you to, which is obviously looking to elicit some gratitude and some mindfulness and immediately make the day bigger than just you and your problems, or you and your priorities. You could say thank you to anything, and over the months and years that I've been doing this, there are so many different ones, from obviously friends and family that have been so influential, to inspirations creatively, to just to tiny details of things in my life, like my sewing needles or books or just the carpet or anything that you feel is worth some gratitude and thanks. There is nothing too small, there is nothing too big. Whatever you feel the most alive by in that moment, or will have the most fun writing down, just get it in the box. The next question is, I will make my day great by. So this is just looking to prioritise your energy on the set of feelings or traits or actions that you know is going to empower your day forward. And they may be drawn from a mistake in a previous day, or something you felt held you back, or maybe a reminder of your values. It may be referring to just, hey, I want to go 5 for 5 in my task blocks today. Like, it's just something that's going to just galvanise you and prioritise your energy in a way that you feel is going to help. Then the last one is, I am proud to live in my mind and body today because. Now obviously there's loads of different ways to have a kind of daily affirmation to kind of pump your own tyres and feel good and feel a bit more energised and display a bit of self-love. But I like this one in particular as one I've made. It's like, I am proud to live in my mind and my body. These are the places we live. Like, obviously we've got all these external environments like our houses or our cities and whatever, where we often have this vernacular about living, but in truth we live here first and then here kind of second. So if you can derive or direct some pride towards how you think and how you exist physically, that's so empowering, and it drives so much self-assurance. So taking the time just to think of it could be a little reason, it could be a large reason, that you're just proud to inhabit these places, I find so enriching and assuring. So obviously when you're doing these questions, you'll probably be planning out your day at the same time in your different task blocks. So each task block can house any number of tasks. It could house one. I'd suggest maybe starting off so in such a way that you're going to get 5 by the end of the day, and making yourself gradually more and more ambitious. But yeah, really treat them as you wish. I've sometimes had them have the notion of chronology, so I do task block 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, obviously in an order. Sometimes it's just they're all like an even playing field. I'll go for any one at any one time. Each one gets evaluated between 0 and 1. So if you felt that you've almost got it but not quite, obviously that's a 0.9. If you felt you've smashed it beyond any expectation, obviously that's a big 1. And obviously if you've just forgotten about it completely or been misdirected and not got something, then it's important that you evaluate that with a 0 or at least a very low score.
So if you've, like, I don't want to frame your responses too much, but the more honest you are with these inputs, the more powerful and pertinent the insights will be when you get to them. So yeah, be as honest as possible and as accurate as possible in your assessments as best as you can, and because hopefully that will unlock some really powerful self-revelation in the future. And then potentially while you're evaluating obviously your tasks and thinking about how you felt of a day, you'll be going through the evening questions. So what happened today that I want to remember? And this is a lovely thing to reflect upon and like a really lovely thing to talk about if you're doing your thing alongside other people, because often there's so much. If you take the time to think about it, just little moments or big activities or just like these little transient glimmers of beauty that you get of a day, just to reflect on them and then refer back to them in the Your Diary bit, and I may create some functionality that makes them an even bigger part of the tool, but just reflecting on the day in that way is lovely. And then the next one is, what thought or feeling from today can I leave behind? Like in life, as a response to trauma, we can just put on this emotional armour, these self-defense mechanisms that are there to protect us in those moments, and then we end up kind of carrying them with us well beyond their actual practical usage. So just to take the time to go, do you know what did I feel today that actually what bit of armour or whatever do I actually not have any use for? It's long since been needed anymore, because it's the weight of carrying those things around all the time just takes away from mental availability and whatever, and stops you from being as present and whatever. So it's a really lovely reflective question, and it may take a bit more time and introspection to think about, but well worth it on a daily basis.
And then above this, you'll spot in the top right-hand corner it says, during the day described below, I felt box out of 5. This is what just trying to describe how you felt on average across the day, and this also comes with a kind of a single decimal point place as well. So yeah, it could be a 2.5, could be a 4.6, could be a 3.1. Just try and honestly reflect on your day and just intuitively what your score was. Obviously we'll all have different kind of senses and relationships with numbers and scoring, but just always put your most honest sense of what you've felt. And then when you've got all of those scores inputted, you'll see just to the right there's a No Wasted Days logo and a date box. So that date box will be the day when you input it across. When you press the shortcut of, if you're working on a Mac, it will be Command, Alt, Shift and 1. And obviously if you're working on a Windows computer, it will be Control, Alt, Shift and 1. That will be the date that it then puts in the diary. So just make sure that if you're looking at a thing and you're doing it a day later, it's yesterday's date. Or if you're doing it on the same evening of the day you've just had, then make sure it's today's date. So just something to keep aware of. You can obviously delete and whatever in Your Diary section and undo if you do get it wrong, but yeah, just try and get it right for your own efficiency. That if you have any questions about this page that I've not attacked or would like to go over things in more detail, please just shout, and I'll be more than happy to do so.